Welcome to the Unshackler Awards 2025, and I'm very honoured to present to you the 10th Annual Unshackler Awards. Since 2016, we've been presenting these awards. We started at humbling beginnings with 4 people. We've gradually built a network, tens of thousands of followers, and now we are presenting the 10th annual edition of the Unshackler Awards. The Unshackler Awards were started in response to Australia Day Awards, which always tended to have woke leftist people selected, and we thought that this was unfair and unrepresentative of the democracy of Australia because most people did not support these candidates to be granted Australia of the Year. So what we do is we have 10 awards, and we will be presenting 10 candidates or nominees, and I will be going 10 to 1 and presenting the winner of each award to you today so that we truly have great representatives and people that others can relate to depending on the category that they've been selected and nominated for. So first up we have 2025 Fake News of the Year. Now we've had previous winners in the past, CNN in 2016, 2021 we had the Daily Mail, 2020 the Project, and every other year we've had the ABC, 2017, 18, 19, 22, 23 and 24. So we've had the ABC winning most consecutive years. So let's go through the list and see where they fare. We've had CBS News, MSNBC, CNN, Crikey, 7 News, 9 News, SBS, and with 14% of the vote, ranked third was The Guardian. Definitely a far left paper and far left website that pushes their own agenda of the globalist elites, and one worthy of the third place. In second place, with 21%, News Corp, and that's one that hadn't been nominated in the past, but year by year they've slowly gotten away from their roots and continue to peddle globalist establishment, whether it be centre-right, centre-left, it really doesn't matter, but they aren't working for the people and they deserve to be on that list. And ranked first, with 57% of the vote, the ABC, once again. As they have been nominated and have won for the majority of the other years, they continue to be a network that pushes fake news, far left views, ridiculous shows like Media Watch, Q&A and the sort, and they definitely deserve to be number 1. Now we have the 2025 International Media Personality of the Year Award. Previous winners we've had in the past. We've had Milo in 2016 and 17, PJW in 2018. In 2019 to 24, 7 times in a row we've had Tucker Carlson, so we'll see where they all fare. We've had, this year, Stephen Crowder, Mark Dice, Candace Owens, Megyn Kelly, Stu Peters, Matt Walsh, Katie Hopkins, and in third place, with 14% of the vote, Paul Joseph Watson PJW, someone that gets out there, puts so much content on YouTube and the like, and has a huge following, definitely doing some great work. In second place, on 21%, Alex Jones, another person that puts a lot of content out there, and whether you call him a conspiracy theorist or not, I'm telling you now, a lot of his stuff in the past that he's been saying for years has been now proven to be right. So definitely someone to watch out for. And in first place, with 36% of the vote, Tucker Carlson. So he now has won it from 2019 to 2025. A huge vote for him. Now he's been really popular within the last year. He interviewed Vladimir Putin, of course, Russian president, and done things that nobody else would dare to do. He's got a really good podcast and gets a live audience. Ever since leaving Fox, he even beats Fox in the ratings. So someone that is worthy of that award. We will now go to the next one, and that is the 2025 Degenerate of the Year Award. Previous winners, and we've had many. We've had Vanya Liz Kazan in 2017, 2018, Tom Ballard, Jessica Yaniv in 2019. We've had Hunter Biden in 2020 and 2023, Anthony Fauci in 2021, 2022 Jofra Corfei, and 2024 last year we had P. Diddy. This year, David William James, Natalie Matthews, Gareth Ward, Muhammad Ali, Jevon McSkimming, Autumn Tulip Harper, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. And in third place, with 17% of the vote, Lily Phillips. And she's definitely worthy of the award. We see her going around doing these OnlyFans videos, preying on young guys. You know, she and many others that are like her are causing a lot of degeneracy in this world, doing a lot of damage to the youth, and definitely worthy of being on this list. Second place, Tyler Robinson, another person definitely worthy on this list with 22%. And in first place, and it shouldn't be a surprise, with 28%, Bonnie Blue. Now, Bonnie Blue, of course, OnlyFans star. She was famous for sleeping with 1,054 men, I believe it was, in 12 hours, which was a little bit higher than the record of 20 years ago, but done in half the amount of time. Preying on young boys again, just like Lily Phillips, on the schoolies and so forth, and now got in trouble from Bali authorities. So hopefully that's going to settle her and put her away for good, because having her run riot is not good for society, that's for sure. Next we have the 2025 Culture Warrior of the Year Award. Previous winners, 2017 Sam Hyde, 2018 Daisy Cousins. In 2019, 23 and 24, Jacinta Price. 2020 and 21 we had Mark Latham, and 2022 Drew Pavlou. Now we've got the list of Sal Grover, Catherine Devers Morgan, Steve Christou, Fred Paul, Kurt Malberg, Bernard Lane, Kira Lee Smith. Jacinta Price is at number 3 at 16% of the vote. Someone that won it last year, has been a huge campaigner against the no vote. Well, not against, for the no vote I should say, against the yes vote. And someone that has been very prominent in conservative politics. 21%, first comer here on the list, Joanna Howe, a pro-life advocate, someone that is doing a lot of work against abortion. Someone that you have to keep an eye out on and will increasingly get popular in time. And with 37% of the vote, Evelyn Ray in number 1. Now she's a Sky News contributor, of course. Can't believe she's still there. Cauldron Pull also does a lot of work with them. Only based person I'd say, apart from Liz Storer, although Liz Storer got booted because she went too far. Now we can tell at the end of the day with Evelyn Ray that there's a lot of stuff that she knows and wants to say but she can't. So she's very careful with what she says, with her words on Sky News, because she's really restricted. But we know that she's one of us, and we give full credit to her first place here in the Culture Warrior of the Year. So our next award is the 2025 Triggered Feminist of the Year Award. Previous winners, 2016 Hillary Clinton, 2017 and 18 Sarah Hanson-Young, 2019 Greta Thunberg, 2020 and 22 Clementine Ford, 2021 Lydia Thorpe, 2023 Lisa Wilkinson, and 2024 last year's Whoopi Goldberg. So we've had a huge candidate list for this, and this was red hot on the internet. We had a lot of people voting on this award. So in this 2025 list, Hannah Ferguson, Allegra Spender, Jane Caro, Katie Gallagher, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Zali Steggall, Sarah Hanson-Young, and in third place with 13% of the vote, Clementine Ford. And that doesn't need an introduction. She's won it in the past. She's always been a high place finishing prospect, someone that is a feminist, someone that very proud feminist, writes books, does columnist articles. She's an absolute troll and deserves to be there. In second place with 19% of the vote, Lydia Thorpe. And Lydia Thorpe, again, another person, huge feminist, absolute troll in Parliament. All you have to do is just see her antics and the way she carries on, an absolute disgrace to our nation. And I'm sure that all the biker boys love her. And now in first place, and new entry to this award, at 28%, Abby Chatfield. Abby Chatfield, we've seen her crying on podcasts multiple times when things don't go her way. She has a beta boyfriend that she treats like absolute dirt. And at the end of the day, is a low-tier celeb. Don't know how she got there. Must have pulled some strings, must have known some people, or must have slept her way to the top. It's obvious. She has no talent, yet is wealthy and is always on TV, radio. There's definitely a problem there. So, definitely worthy of Triggered Feminist of the Year award. Now we do the 2025 Cis White Male of the Year award. Previous winners: 2016 and 17 Corey Bernardi, 2018 Tommy Robertson, 2019 Tony Abbott, 2020 Craig Kelly, 2021 Kyle Rittenhouse, 2022 Barclay McGain, in 2023 and 24 Malcolm Roberts. So now we do the 2025 list: Scott Adams, Elon Musk, Malcolm Roberts, Sam Newman, Andrew Hastie, Matt Canavan, Bob Catter. And in third place, with 13% of the vote, Alex Antich. Alex Antich has been an absolute star for the Liberal Party, and one of the few really that votes against their draconian laws, like the hate speech support that they gave to Labor, and many other things, was really much against the COVID restrictions. An absolute star and worthy of the third place. In second place, with 16% of the vote, George Christensen, Go Citizen, or Citizen Go should I say. He's been really active in activism and community work right now. He's doing articles, he's running a website, he's getting really involved post leaving politics, and someone worthy of the second place finish. And in first place, with 21% of the vote, Sam Bamford. And Sam Bamford has a great podcast, Worlds Collide, YouTube, going gangbusters. An absolute star and someone that is worthy of first place in Cis White Male of the Year award. We now have the 2025 International Cuck of the Year award. Previous winners: 2016, 17, 18 and 24, Justin Trudeau, a huge star in this award. 2019, Richard Di Natale, 2020 and 21, Prince Harry, 2022, Kevin Rudd, 2023, Chris Bowen. So let's see where they fare. Justin Trudeau, in 10th place actually, and that's very funny because he's always up the top ranks. Gavin Newsom, Tim Richardson, Darcy Moore, Ben Parsons, Josh Lees, Adam Hyde, and in third place with 19%, Craig Foster. And Craig Foster should really stick to football and stop getting involved in politics, because I'm telling you now, when he raves on about immigration, woke issues, he is an absolute nutjob. And, not a bad sports commentator, but he should really stick to that instead of getting into all these other matters that really don't suit him at all. In second place on 25% of the vote, Emmanuel Macron. Of course, Emmanuel Macron has always been a good cuck of the year. A person in second place, very worthy of it. When his husband, of course, beats him and he has to wear sunglasses now. Even on camera, caught on camera, slapping him, and the media's silent. Media doesn't care when it's violence against men, of course. So have to be silent about that. Nothing wrong with it, just laughing it off. And in first place with 31% of the vote, newcomer to this award actually, is none other than his cocaine buddy, Keir Starmer, with 31%. Obviously, a funny clip of him, Emmanuel Macron, and Zelensky in that room with the cocaine. These guys here definitely have to be on some really crazy stuff. He has pushed hate laws in the UK, really, really bad laws that now are putting people in jail for free speech. not even for saying anything that is remotely offensive or extreme, I might add. He's an absolute communist, and it's no doubt that Albanese is following his footsteps and loves him. We now have the 2025 International Unshackler of the Year Award. Previous winners: Donald Trump, 2016, 17, 19, 20, 2023, 2024. So he's won it a lot of times. 2018, Fraser Anning. 2021, Ron DeSantis. And 2022, Pauline Hanson. Let's see how they fare. We've got Sinead Takushi, Georgia Maloney, Marine Le Pen, Jose Antonio Cast, Javier Milei, Nayib Bukele, Geert Wilders, and on third place, with 10% of the vote, Viktor Orban. Viktor Orban, a great leader within Europe, and one of the few really. And there is a little bit of a rise of the far right, of nationalist politics in Europe. And he is definitely one of those that is going great and doing good work against the Ukraine war, of course, and doesn't want to continue supplying them with money and weapons. In second place, with 25% of the vote, Nigel Farage. Nigel Farage looks to be the next UK leader, or Prime Minister, I should say, elect, when they go to the polls next, which shouldn't be too far away. And Nigel Farage is leading a very good force, and he's been able to turn things around. And Reform Australia is another movement that has just formed now as a party, and they're also going to be following in Nigel's footsteps. So look out for them and see what they come of things, because I'm telling you now, people are sick of the two-party establishment system and want a change. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to get other parties involved, absolutely have proper freedom-based nationalist parties that are going to work for the nation and not against the nation. And in first place, with 50% of the vote, Donald Trump. Once again, Donald Trump, stopping lots of wars. Left doesn't know what to say about that. I think the left actually now are very pro-war. If anything, they're blaming him because he's stopping the wars. Negotiations on Russia and Ukraine. He's putting a lot of effort into that as well to try and end that war. He's got ICE agents patrolling the streets, trying to actually get some decency and get rid of all these riots. Immigration. He's doing a lot on immigration and tariffs as well. I mean, this is a leader that really, I remember back in 2016, this is when the Unshackled started. Unshackled started because there was leaders like Trump and so forth that were really just getting up there, and that was creating this movement. We were the first alt media out there actually to establish in Australia, when you look at all the different alt pages of websites and stuff on the right, the freedom-based ones, we were the first ones. And Trump really helped us, motivated us to get something established. So now we're going to go to 2025 Australian Unshackler of the Year Award. This is a huge award, of course. Previous winners in the past. We've had Eve Black in 2020, Rod Cullerton 2021, 2022 Harrison McLean, 2023 Aussie Cossack, and 2024 Ralph Babbitt. We'll see where they fare. So we've got Nick Patterson, Beck Freedom, Morgan C. Jonas, Matt Treehey, Dr. Frank Salter, John Ruddick, Mark Latham. In third place, 11%, Ralph Babbitt, and Ralph Babbitt has been awesome in the Senate. Very, very much pro-free speech, and has been very strong advocate against the hate laws and against COVID and all of that sort of stuff. Has been really strong and deserves third place. In second place, with 18%, Hugo Lennon / in brackets Ozpil. Now Ozpil is established himself really amongst Generation Z, and is really pushing a great nationalist undertone on politics. This is somebody that we need. We need people like this to go out there and attract youth to our causes, right? I mean, this is a person that does great podcasting, He does great videos, no doubt. And there's an Australian star, really, in our movement. So Ozpil, definitely worthy of second place. And in first place with 54%, Pauline Hanson. And Pauline Hanson, obviously, we've seen a huge rise in the polls. I mean, they've overtaken the Liberal Party now. This is something that would never been talked about in the past, never heard of. And now it's happening. So she was strongly against the COVID restrictions, against the hate laws, strong voice, someone that everybody knows, has been around since the 90s. So no introduction there, Pauline Hanson in first place. And now we come to our last award, the 2025 Australian Regressive of the Year Award. So previous winners, 2016 Waleed Ali, 2017, 18, 20, 21 and 22 Dan Andrews, he was very popular amongst those years. 2019 Tom Tanuki, should I say. 2023 Davir Abramovich, and 2024 Anthony Albanese, last year of course. So we'll go through this list now as the last award approaches. This is the 2025 Australian Regressive of the Year. Maureen Faruqi, Chris Minns, Anika Wells, Peter Milanauskas, Penny Wong, Tony Burke, Chris Bowen, and in third place with 16% of the vote, Julie Inman Grant. Now Julie's been a strong advocate on the left, of course, and it helps that she's connected with Stan Grant. Now someone that continues to push her ideology, and why wouldn't you when you get rewarded for it? Number 2, in second place, 21%, Jacinta Allen. And Jacinta Allen, a communist that is taking over Dan Andrews' spot and doing a really nice job of it. I'm pretty sure he would think so. Someone that many people say is even worse than Dan Andrews. Obviously, continuing to put in woke laws, put in laws that prohibit free speech, and so forth. So she is definitely worthy of second place. And the first place, with 42%, Australian Regressive of the Year once again goes to Anthony Albanese, the Prime Minister. Anthony Albanese, using Bondi as an absolute opportunity to push in hate laws that he had already planned years ago, waiting for the right time for this to occur. And someone that's also really heavily into gun control, and that's linked to the Bondi as well event. Now, Anthony Albanese, an absolute degenerate, someone that we have to remember, actually paid to get a road established to his mansion in the Central Coast that he now owns, his $4 million mansion, using your money to pay for a road to go to his property. Anthony Albanese is very much someone that deserves Australian Regressive of the Year. And unfortunately, we've got many years with him at the helm. And hopefully, next election, we have some massive change. This is the 10th Annual Awards, Unshackler Awards. We've been running it for 10 years now and continue to do so. We make sure that we give a voice to the voiceless here at the Unshackled. We continue to write articles, do videos online for you guys to follow. It's very important that media like us exists. And these new laws target people like us and can shut us down because we don't go with the agenda. Even being against mass immigration could soon make you a hate preacher, maybe even a terrorist. So these laws are devastating for your free speech, and you need to raise up, put your hand up there, put your voice out there, and get working, because we need change, real change. We've seen it in Europe, we've seen it in the United States, and Australia's time is now. We hope that you're having a really great Australia Day today. There's many out there that are pushing these far left protests, Invasion Day protests, that hate our country, hate our nation. The police, Chris Minns, even though they had something established after Bondi which prohibited protests from happening, they've waived the Invasion Day protests and allowed that to occur, despite it being against what they said, in which there had to be a certain amount of time after a terrorist incident that no protests were allowed. So what does that tell us? It tells us that they are working against us, they've got a clear agenda, and that they hate us. And what we need to do is make our voices known, vote the right way, and make sure that we don't put up with their nonsense, because the only way that they get away with this is complacency. And people that say, you know what, can't be done, we just have to put up with this, it's a shame, but there's nothing that can be done. Well, there is something that can be done. You and everyone else around you stands up and gets working, and let's do something about it. I've been presenting these awards for 10 years, and it's been an absolute honour to present them for 10 years, and hopefully many more to come. I hope that you've enjoyed the 10th Annual Awards 2025, and let's hope that 2026 is a better year for us politically, and that society rises against this far left extremism. So until next time, farewell, subscribe to the Unshackled, and continue to fight against this tyranny.